Hey viewers, welcome to VL Astrology. Once again, I'm Vanita Lenka, I'm a Vedic astrologer, and today I'm going to be discussing a very important transit which has already taken place, but it's an important one, so I thought I'll make a separate video of the same. And this is about Mars, the warrior, who's going to be in its own zone, and from the Libra sign, it is now going to be in the Water-trine also to Jupiter and Saturn. So this is a very strong energy because Mars is the initiator, and here in the secret house of, its own zone where, there are hidden things involved. So this is a very important transit, and it's happening from the 27th of October till the 7th of December. And in between, it is going to be forming a connection with the grahas one by one. So till the 23rd of November is going to be with Mercury. Then 16th onwards, it's going to be of November. It's going to be with Sun also. So one by one, it is going to be forming a connection with other grahas, and it's going to be bringing about the flavors from time to time. And for the fixed signs, it is going to be a Ruchaka Yoga, which is called the one of the Pancha Mahapurusha Yogas also. So firstly, I would like to tell you that how you have to navigate through any of the transits whenever you're looking at the transit videos of mine. How do you navigate it through it? First of all, whenever you check a particular transit which is taking place in the sky, you have to see what is it forming a connection with your Dasha Lord or not. Suppose you're in the Dasha of Jupiter. So here, when Mars is transiting, it is forming a connection with Jupiter in the sky, because Jupiter is in the Water-trine to this Mars, and so is Saturn. Are you in the Dasha of Mars? Are you having any planet in the Scorpio sign? Are you having any planet in the nakshatras? This Mars is going to be transiting through Vishakha, Anurādhā and Jyeṣṭhā. Do you have any grahas in these? And you have to see if you will be having Mars somewhere or the other, right? So you have to see whether this particular Mars in transit is forming a good connection with your natal Mars or not. Is it forming a 2-12 relationship? Is it forming a 6-8 relationship? Or is it forming a 3-11 or a 4-10 relationship? So you have to check that also. If it is not forming a good relationship like 2-12 or 6-8, Shadashtak we say, so it can bring about some health issues or some mental distress also. So first thing first, if you are in the Dasha of this Mars, or Antar Dasha of this Mars, or Pratyantar Dasha of this Mars, then this is going to be impacting you the most, and it is going to be giving you the results as per its placement with your and interaction with the other grahas also. So we are not just looking at this one transit. Remember, I don't do that. And transits are not to be seen the way, it is spreading on YouTube. The fear mongering happens. Oh, Mars is going to be in its own zone in the 8th house. Oh, it's going to be bringing about some major disastrous things in everybody's life. It's going to cause havoc. Oh, it's a Kuja dosha and all that, things people come up with. It's not like that. We have to see the connectivity, the Nakshtra Transit, the Pada Transit, and then we have to come to the conclusion. There's lots, unless we check the Navamsa, we are nowhere. So I always incorporate the dates as per the Navamsa movements. And in the November video, I have mentioned what is the Pada movement of Mars and what you should be doing and what should not be done during this Mars ingress in the Scorpio sign. So do hear that and navigate it yourself in your personal chart if you can't understand. But this video is a generic video. If Mars is transiting here and it is forming a yoga also, it's forming a Raja Yoga also, because Sun is going to be conjunct and then Mercury is also going to be conjunct. So there is a Raja Yoga or Dhana Yoga also going to be forming for some zodiac sign, which I will be incorporating as well in the readings. So in the initial part, I might just take some time. I might just explain that, okay, when Mars is in the in this Scorpio sign, it's the initiator. And why is it holding two cabinets of Aries and Scorpio. See, you must understand that Aries is a, the essence of Mars is ignition. It is about decisiveness, courage, your liquidity themes, etc., and also vitality. So all that we see from this particular Mars, and that's the reason when we talk about Mars in the Scorpio sign, it is the fixed water energy also. So what happens, your psychological stamina increases, not the physical. So Aries is your physical stamina. When we talk about the transformation, it is about the Scorpio sign. So internal is Scorpio, and Aries is the external. So that is why this Mars only, we need this Mars to have that, that courage and that energy to bring about the two zodiac signs it holds. Okay, so let me share with you what exactly is happening in the sky. Just give me a moment. I'll just put up the chart. I have not put up the chart of Mars ingress. One sec. I'll just put it up and I'll just share with you the horoscope when it is going to be in the trine, in the grand trine, and then grand water trine rather. So that's very important. One sec. Mars Scorpio transit. I forgot to write actually. I love to share the screen also so that you can see it. One sec. So it has already taken place. So just let me know if you can see it. Okay, next. Okay. So first thing first, that is Mars is going to be in the 8th sign of the natural zodiac, which means that the depth, secrecy, magnetism, psychological stamina. That is what. All right. Now, what I wanted to share with you was that it holds the Aries and the Scorpio sign rulership. Why is it so? Have you ever thought about it? Why only Mars has been allocated this? See, you must understand that Aries is your first house of the natural zodiac. So that's the initiator and the threshold of entry of first breath. When we are born, the baby is born, that is the first house of the natural zodiac. It is about the identity. It is about our will. So you need that Mars spark to begin and to separate from the womb. Until unless you have that first cry, we are not actually, in the world. The first cut. That is why it is the Aries sign, and Mars is also the surgery, the karaka for surgery, for that reason. Because that's the first cut that you get, the umbilical cord. 8th house is the change, because it is after the 7th house comes the house of death. That is the change, the exit. That is the deep loss, or it is also the house of rebirth. That is why when we talk about Mars being the ruler of the 8th sign of the natural zodiac, it is about that that stamina to end. Okay, that scalpel that we need. That is what is Mars's scalpel. That is why he is the warrior. Until unless we have that warrior around, we cannot do it. Also, it is about cutting away, regenerating, transformation. Only when there is a birth and death, opposition energies, only then we need the two sides of Mars. That is, clear the path, then forge a new one. This is the house of death. So please do share this with your near and dear ones, that why Mars has been given these two energies, these two different kind of energies Okay, and when it is going to be in the zodiac sign of Scorpio, it is about strategy, audits, research, where you have to get into the depth and detail of anything and everything. So that is why when Mars is there, crisis fixes happen. Okay, and leak plugging, because this is the house of leakage also. So when Mars goes there, he plugs the leaks also. And also this is about surgical closures or any kind of cutting, consolidating, detoxing, sealing. And also, it is about money, intimacy, power, this house of Scorpio. So this is what is going to be, and it is also forming a trinal connection to Jupiter and Saturn. Can you see? So that also is going to be bringing about discipline, boundaries, judgment, protection, and healing closure window, which is going to be conjunct Sun also. So visible, official, and signing agreements, etc. become very, very prominent because of the heightened intuition, because it's a water-trine. So this will bring about mergers, inheritance, insurance, debts. These are simple logical things that we can expect to happen when Mars is in the 8th house. Also, there is going to be this Saturn, which is turning direct also by the end of this month. So there can be that, some decisions will ripen because of this Saturn's getting direct. So firms, which are getting stuck, layoffs, etc., which we are hearing, this might just be the breakthrough time with Saturn turning direct also. You will see that when Mars went into Scorpio sign, things started going haywire. Why? Because Mars is giving that energy to transform the death. So that is why the layoffs are happening at and Saturn, the 10th lord, is also in trine to this Mars, and so is Jupiter. Jupiter is expansive again, so we can be clubbing these energies, and globally this is a very, very volatile time. So we must not take it negatively, but yes, there is something which is positive attached to it. See, we have Ruchaka transit of this Mars going on till the 1st of November, and then will be the entry into Anurādhā. I have given all the details in the description box. Please don't forget to go through that, because it's always full of information. So all the dates will be there, that what is the grand trine formation, when are the planets going to be very closely conjunct, when is it going to be Sun and Mars conjunction, all these dates are there, so please do check. And also Anurādhā from 1st to the 19th November, that is Saturn's nakshatra, which is getting active again, and Saturn is in trine to this Mars. So again, there is a lot of energy there, and it is about coalition building, audits, compliance, cleanups when we talk about Mars in Anurādhā. Then it is going to be in Jyeṣṭhā from 19th of November till the 7th of December, and it is going to be in the Gandānta zone also. So crisis management we see from Mars in Jyeṣṭhā. Protect reputations and sensitive data during that time. I would suggest 19th November to the 7th December. Okay, and Jupiter is in Cancer, then back to the Gemini sign, and then Saturn stations direct in Pisces 28th November. So this is definitely a very positive time period. So when it is in Ruchaka, Indra Agni, Jupiter ruled sign, so outcome driven alliances, strategic pacts, and Ruchaka Yoga also is going to be for the 2, 5, 8, 11 signs, that is Taurus, Leo, and Mars is ruled Scorpio, as well as Aquarius sign. So for them, this is a Ruchaka Yoga, but there are cancellations also, I explained. So in Anurādhā, discipline, friendship, loyalty, and build networks during that time, do audits, strengthen teams, and also In Jyeṣṭhā, this is the time for crisis management, and also, you can, maybe some surgical fixes can be done, and manage info security and PR, avoid power games. It's going to be in Gandantha zone from Jyeṣṭhā to Mula. That's happening, somewhere around the end of the transit, that is towards the 6th to the 8th energy, when it is going to be in the Gandānta zone. So when it is in Gandānta, be careful about your sensitive approach towards things. Don't get too much into emotions, because you might just make some mistakes here. So you can finish, close, or any kind of data you want to archive, some kind of spiritual work, because it's water fire energy getting activated. So you must take some safety checks also, soft launch documents for review, etc. Don't public them, because it's a hidden sign also. And if you want to launch something really serious and you don't have time and you want to do it, then you can do it apart from these 3 days, 6th, 7th, 8th, you can do it later. So avoid risky travels during these days when it is the Gandantha zone, because it is a transition mode that is happening. So it can bring about some issues here and there, and be careful about the surgical processes also. If you want to go in for surgeries, avoid these dates at least, and keep actions provisional, and schedule outside the exact ingress hours, especially when the initial part of the Gandantha, that is on the 6th and then till the 8th. Okay, and Water-trine, as I said, is going to be active, so this is good for closures, finalizing something, and also it is going to be good for healing and research work, compliances, and also this is good for paperwork, etc., because Jupiter will be going back to the Gemini sign, and Mars is looking at the Gemini sign also, so for media, trade, etc. Ruchaka Yoga is going to be forming as well, which brings about some negotiations, mergers, and it is going to be bringing about some crisis fixes also. That is what we have learned about this, and it is definitely a surgical willpower, and it is going to investigate, detox, and retrieves, and money data, etc. You will be able to seal the leaks also. And this is also about occult, so good for the astrologers, the astrological world. If you want to get into astrology, this is a good time in case you are already into it. So this will be the time you can be going in for. And also this is good for inheritances, deep research work, something where your psychological stamina will get better. New launches you can make only after before the Jyeṣṭhā, or after the Ruchaka transit. Anurādhā is a good thing to do. Also 16th November Sun will be transiting here, so this will raise heat, wide visibility, and also public decisiveness, authority closures, and also you might just be going in for some deep flow period for healing also. Debt cleanups, in case you have any loans, debts, so you might just repay them as well. So this is a good time period, I would suggest, if you want to go in for any kind of settlements, legal matters, etc. So you can do it as well. And note the dates that I have mentioned already in the description box. You will get to know what exactly is to be done and what is to be avoided, and you're good to go, I would suggest. Okay, now coming to so this is what is the main thing I wanted to share with you. So let's move on to the sign wise readings, and it's based on the ascendant, moon, and the dasha sign wise. Okay, so for Aries, this transit of Mars is going to be in your 8th house, and one by one Sun, Venus, they all will be coming here in the Scorpio sign as well. So this is like crisis to clarity. Now you will be able to resolve the issues better, because the ruler of your ascendant is going to be in its own zone also. So you can repay your loans, you can renegotiate your inheritance, insurance matters, anything to do with your, debt restructuring also. And also, there is sort of, emotional baggage that you're carrying, from a long time. You'll be able to offload it. It's like, you coming out of that pain that the suffering that you were having, or there was a lot of workload that, you want to, oh my God, I want to just take some rest. So this is the time when you are going to heal yourself. This is a good time for surgical process also, if you want to. Just avoid 6th to the 8th of December when there is a Gandanta prevalent Mars. That is, the time which you should avoid. But you can, now plan everything in a structured manner with this Mars in the 8th house, and investigate before trusting everyone and anyone. You should not just, start doing things haphazardly, no, I have to do it haphazardly. So you need to draw a line, you need to draw a boundary when you are getting into it. Also, when it is the Anurādhā Nakshtra Transit, so you can have that cleanup done, if there is any leakage or any fund leakage or financial decision making, you can do it when Mars is in Anurādhā. And when it is going to be in Jyeṣṭhā, so this is the time to protect your reputation, protect your data. Okay, and it is good for your finances. It's good for your purchase of property, etc. And also I must tell you, there are yogas which are also forming with 5th Lord Sun also going to be in the 8th house. So this is like, intelligence for crisis to profit, because it is the 10th places away. So it's a 10 places away from the 8th house. So this means that this is the time to actually, for the closure, like maybe some home, property, security, all these matters you'll be able to make decisions about. Maybe some network that you were involved in, you will be able to make some decisive fixes. So this is a very positive transit also in a way, but at the same time it is going to be a very, very high on energy kind of a transit also. So you need to take care of your reputation. Do not just speak or utter anything and everything, because you see it's Mars energy after all. Mars is also anger, Mars is hatred also. In the 8th house, it is about your emotions which are hidden, which are not visible to anyone. So you need to be really investigative. You can be suspicious in relationship, but at the same time you have to investigate before trusting everyone also. You can't just blind trust anybody and everybody. So and also, don't control your partner too much during this time. You might just. Also, Mars is looking at your 11th house. Rahu is there as well. So this might be the time period when you will have some complications, hidden complications, I would say, which are not that visible in your relationship with your friends also. So that is something you have to be cautious about. Mars is looking at your 2nd house, your 3rd house. Maybe with your siblings you have some issues to resolve. With your financial terms, you will be able to make some definitely important decisions. That is why it is good time for closing your loans, your renegotiating your insurance, your taxes. So this is something which is going to be the key theme when Mars is transiting here. And as I said, there are so many Dhana yogas also forming here in the 8th house, because your 2nd Lord is also going to be conjunct the Mars, the 1st and the 8th Lord. And also Sun, and then Mercury. Mercury is your 3rd and the 6th Lord going to be here. So good for competition, good for reconciliation in your, legal matters also. And it is looking at your 11th house. So anything to resolve with your, with your friends, with the people that you are connected to, elder siblings also. So 28 to 5th of December, there can be some peak of the Martian energy. So just be watchful. I'm sure you're good to go. And 19 to the 7th of December, if you have to make any important decisions, you can make during that time. Coming to the next one, that is Taurus. All right. So for Taurus natives, this transit of Mars is going to be in your Kendra, which means that it is forming a strong Ruchaka Yoga. So alliances, of course, because it's the seventh house. So it is going to be partnerships, negotiating, joint launches, or it can be that you are going to be getting into a relationship, or you're going to get married also during this time period. So it is definitely the time where you will be able to get into a relationship or resolve the relationship. It can bring about agitation in the current spousal relationship also, but we are not going there. Let's talk about the positive things first. So it means that there is a Ruchaka Yoga, and you are going to be having a lot of inclination towards your relationship now. Your focus is on the connection or alliances or partnerships more now. And also, when it is about Vishaka, it is going to be till 1st of November though, but it is like too much about your relationships, and your boundaries will be tested when Mars is going to be in Jyeṣṭhā, that is towards the end of the month. So that is when you have to be a little cautious about. But overall it is good, for negotiating and starting new business and rewriting clauses, and also maybe you're going to be having some temper management also that you'll be doing. But you have to be careful about your surgical process, etc., if you want to go in for. So you need to fix the dates well, because in the 7th house there can be some surgical process also, because it's the Maraka Sthana. So it can, because the 12th lord is in the is here, and it's looking at the 1st and the 2nd houses also. So dental treatment, mouth related problems, it's looking at your 10th house. Good, it is giving you that courage and decision making power also, and it is going to give you that strength. And also Water-trine is getting active. Can you see 4, 8, 12 houses signs are going to get activated also. So this is good for communities, distribution, because it is about your energy towards the Water-trine. And this is 3, 7, 11 houses which are getting active. So good for reconciliation with your siblings also, and your friends also. This is definitely a strong one, because the 3, 7, 11 houses are also getting triggered up. And alliances are under microscope, I repeat. And gradually, it is going to be forming a strong Dhana Yoga also, because your Mercury is going to be conjunct this Mars. Mars is your 7th lord, so 2nd and the 7th lord here, and also your 5th lord is here. So good for your education, competitive spirit, creativity also. And you do have your Lagnesh going to be conjunct here as well. So maybe you will find a potential partner during this time period, especially after Venus transits through the Scorpio sign between the 26th November till the 6th of December. So this would be the time period when you can be prepared for meeting someone. Okay, and you must actually you must worship Kartikeya, Hanumanji, whenever Mars is in its own zone. See, Hanumanji could hold breath for a long time. So when Mars is in the Scorpio sign, you should actually worship Bajrang Bali. You should recite Hanuman Chalisa. And why Hanuman Chalisa is recited so fast? When you recite it so fast. It's about the breath. So that is why Mars is given this, allocated this Scorpio sign. So you must actually, recite Hanuman Chalisa. It's for everyone. Okay. So that's a very good, powerful remedy. So I think overall it is a good transit for you, because it's the 7th lord in the 7th house. So it is going to be good for your plugging the leakage of your finances also. It's going to be good for connectivity with the foreigners also. You need to reconcile in your relationship. Don't get carried away and break away from your relationship. This is not the time. So Hanuman Chalisa and Hanumanji worship is really very important, and Kartikeya. Okay, there's no space here, so I can't write Kartikeya here. Okay, so let's start with Gemini. Moving on to Gemini reading. So for Gemini, first of all, this is not a friendly graha. It's an akara graha. Akara graha is the one which is not a friend to the ascendant lord. But Mercury, being the ascendant lord, is also going to be conjunct here. Being the fourth lord is conjunct here. So very good for real estate matters. Very good for reconciliation with your family members. Very good for getting a verdict in your favor regards to your legal matters also. So it's like, you're going to be winning over the disputes, whatever you're going through. You will be able to upgrade your tools. You'll be able to get serious about your health, about your fitness, and also this is going to fix the problems now, because this is also about your backlogs. You'll be clearing, but you have to take care of your inflammation, fevers. You can have all of that also. And this is also the time when you need to take care of your I would suggest, if you can, get on the hiring mode. If you want to hire a maid or a house help, or you want to connect with your colleagues, that servitude attitude, but it is going to impact your decision here. Maybe you're going to be making some wrong decision about your hiring or something. That is going to get impacted, especially when it is in the Anurādhā nakshatra. Saturn is in the 10th house. So you need to be taking care, because there is something which is simmering at the workplace. You need to work on that. So don't get carried away as to the gossips and the kind of negative approach which is taking place at the workplace. Watch your stomach region. It's said that whenever there is this Mars in the 6th house, there is some surgical process also that you can go through. If you want to get rid of something which is irritating you in the body, you should get rid of it also. Maybe there is some support that you were lacking till now, you will get from your family members also. And it is forming a beautiful Raja Yoga also in the 6th house, because the Lagnesh is going to be conjunct this Mars also. And then we have third lord also Mars is very good in 4 houses, 3, 6, and 11. All the malefic grahas are good in 3, 6, and 11. So when Mars is in the 6th house, 10th house, 11th house, 3rd house, so it is going to give good results. So any kind of long-term planning regards to your home environment, if you want to change, so this is going to be the time. You are going to be also maybe that dharma karma adipati yoga, which is because Mars is the ruler of your 11th house also. It's going to be in trine to Jupiter. It's going to be in trine to Saturn, the 9th house ruler. So it's a beautiful Raja Yoga. Can you see? It is good for career win and any kind of publicity, problem solving. This is going to help you. So use this Mars ingress here. It's looking at your 12th house. So maybe some foreign connectivity is going to improve and enhance. You are going to be changing your personality, your way of speech. Also, it is a little problematic when it looks at the first house. You can be a little aggressive. So you have to mind your tone, your language, because it can make you little volatile also. So that is something which is, I feel that when you are aggressive towards your work, if you channelize your energies, things are going to get better only for you. But if you are not taking care of, it's good if Mars is there, you should work out, because it's in trine to Jupiter and Saturn also. So you should work out. And it is also looking at your 9th house Rahu. So that means that travels are going to trigger up now. Maybe with your friends, you might just go out, or maybe attend weddings, or some kind of retreat, or you're going to be getting together as a family, or as a your friend circle, childhood friends, you will connect, or you're going to be traveling to a religious or a spiritual retreat also. That is also getting triggered up. So it's good for you. And if you have to make any decisions regards to your loans, your repaying your loans and mutual some out of court settlement, so this is going to be a good time period for you. If you have any questions, you can ask towards the end. I'm going to be very quick with this video, so you can ask towards the end. Coming to the next one, that is Cancer. And as I said, you can perform the Hanuman Chalisa, you can worship Kartikeya, you can worship Lord Hanuman. So that is what everybody should do. Now your Yoga Karagraha is going to be in the trine. Oh, what else you want? So this is definitely a very positive transit which is taking place, because it is in your 5th house. 5th house is about creativity. It is about children. It's about education. It's about sharper speculation with risk controls, because Mars is also there, not to forget, and Mercury is also there in the 5th house. So 5th house is good for trading, speculation. Be prudent with risk though, but it is going to be very, very hectic schedule for your children. If you're a student also, it is going to be keeping you on toes. But at the same time, because the 10th lord is in the 8 places away, this can be the time when you have workload is going to increase, because it's 8 places away from the 10th house. So it means that it is going to be a revival of something which you had not planned for, or you were not expecting, or some kind of change at the workplace is definitely going to intensify. Maybe they will give you more duties and responsibilities. Over leverage for quick wins you should avoid, but at the same time the workload is definitely going to increase. Also, this is the time when there is a good time when till the first, when Vishakha Nakshatra is on, so it's good in a way. But when it is Anurādhā, so that is where you need to structure everything, your curriculum, your routine, how you can do things. And when it is Jyeṣṭhā, you should actually take care of your children's schedules also. Give them some space, give them some time, and also in romance. It can bring about your ex relationship back, especially after the 19th till the December 6th. 19th November till the December 6th. So that is the time frame when you might just connect with your ex relationship and you are not able to make right decisions. So you should safeguard that as well. And your judgment is going to stabilize now. You're going to be making some important decisions which are going to be changing your future course of action, because it is your Yoga Karagraha after all. And also it is going to be giving you some mentorship program, or connecting with the mentors or your superiors are going to approve or analyze your ideas well, and they might just accept it, and maybe they give you some rewards and awards also. So this is definitely a very positive time period that we are heading to, and it is going to be giving you some relief also as compared to it when it was in your 4th house, because you were having clashes at home. Now it is giving you some relief. You're coming out of your shell, and you're getting better day by day, with the other transits also happening, with Venus also coming into play. Venus will be changing signs, 3 signs. So it will be from Virgo to Libra, and from Libra to, by the end of November, Scorpio sign, and will be conjunct Mars. And Sun will be by mid of November in this zone as well. Sun is your 2nd lord in the 5th house, so good for your accumulation of wealth also. You'll be able to save money, and you'll be able to plug those leakages and expenditures which have been happening. Also, Mars is looking at your 8th house also, so take care of your digestive system, because you're eating wrong during these time periods, and you can have some digestive troubles, or you can have fevers. You have to take care of your health with Mars looking at your 8th. And also Mars and Rahu combination is a high on energy kind of a combination. So you need to any which ways take care of your health, and maybe something which is not you are aware of, that kind of health issue can come up. Maybe some surgical process also, because Ketu is also in the Leo sign. So this is something you have to be cautious about. Okay. Otherwise, it's a very good transit, because it's your, after all, Yoga Karagraha and forming a yoga also. Coming to the next one, that is Leo. Now, for Leo, your Yoga Karagraha is transiting your 4th house. 4th house transit is about property, repair work, family reunions. Also, maybe some security upgrades at home front, some repair work or relocation can also happen, because, it's after all in the Kendra, so much of maleficence attached. So it can bring about some relocation also. Lagnesh is going to be transiting your 4th house as well. So this is a very strong probability which is building to relocate, or some kind of family dynamics are going to shift and change. So you must fix foundations, because 4th house in the natural zodiac is ruled by Cancer sign, by moon. So this might just be the time when you feel very emotionally charged. And also when Mars is there, you think a lot about the logic reasoning. It brings in that logic reasoning also, especially with Mercury there, because you're don't hide issues, I would suggest, because Mars is in the 4th house. Don't hide issues in the on the home front. Maybe you're hiding, but they come in the limelight. Suppose you bought something, but you don't want to show it to your family members. So that is something which others might tell, and that can cause some some kind of misunderstanding. So it's better that you share with your family what you've purchased or what you're doing. Something which is not in limelight might just come into limelight when Sun comes into Scorpio as well. So that is something, and you need to really plan everything well. Structured planning is required with the Saturn also in trine to this zone. And also contracts, compliances, anything to do with shortlisting your vendors, etc. with Mars in Ruchaka and Anurādhā will do. In Jyeṣṭhā, you might just fix some land purchase, or maybe you will sign some agreement. Okay, I want to do this. Avoid secrecy at home. As I said, it is also going to be the time when you are going to share your finances or resources, because Saturn is there in your 8th house as well in the trine to this. Mars is also looking at your 10th and 11th houses from here. So this is the time you need to take care of your mom's health also, and your relationship with your siblings might turn sour, so you have to take care of that as well. So communicate to the extent where it is required. Don't go beyond, draw a line. And also if you have anything to do with your relationship with your siblings, with your bosses, with your co-workers, with the authorities, with the government officials, so this might just be the time to rework on those. Be more on the finalizing terms. I want to reconcile, or I want to just finish this, because there is a 4th and the 9th lord also connection here because of Mars being your Bhagya lord. So this is definitely good for real estate, home, authority, and renovations, back-end financing, also registrations, if at all there is anything to do with your finishing of the work. Okay, so yes, this is applicable for the ones who are having Mars Dasha, Jupiter Dasha, Shani Dasha, and one by one, if you have any grahas in Scorpio sign, so just check for yourself what exactly. So just recite Hanuman Chalisa, and if you are non-Hindu, you can simply just donate something in reds on Tuesdays or Saturdays. You will feel better. Or black color clothes, or something in black, or black pulses or lentils on Saturdays. So this is going to balance things out, because your Lagnesh is ruled by Sun and the opposite energy is Saturn. So if you donate something, Saturn will be pacified. So you should recite Saturn mantras any which ways. And as regards to your Mars, you can strengthen it by reciting Hanuman Chalisa. Okay. So, or you can simply just, donate something in reds, or you can wear red color clothes on Tuesdays and, on Sundays also. Okay. Coming to the next one, that is Virgo. There are so many remedies, which I just make when I'm looking at the personal horoscopes, customized ones. Coming to the Virgo sign. So, see, one more thing, somebody said that, everything is taken over by AI. Astrology will never, ever be taken over by AI. We are in this era, we are using cell phones. We never used to have cell phones earlier. So, we definitely are in that era when there are, gadgets, and where AI is at disposal. We definitely can take the help of these tools. There's no harm, but for predictions, if you depend on that, there are so many mistakes in the panchang that they put up also at times. So we cannot depend on AI or, the, what do you call those, Gemini and ChatGPT, etc., where you're not getting the information which is related to astrology, at least complete, knowledge. It doesn't have the brain. So when sun is in the first house, it is the morning time. So if somebody is born in the morning, we know sun is going to be in the first house. How it can be in the seventh house? I'm giving you an example of someone who gave it to me. I repeat every time this example, not just one. There are so many other examples I can share with you guys, that people come and tell me that this is what is my horoscope that I put up from the chat GPT. And then we get to see, oh, this is wrong. It cannot happen, because the logic reasoning is not there. The thinking process is not there. It's just that there is a frame which is there and we are just following it, and it can be very creepy at times. The predictions can go wrong. Please, please, please do not depend on AI that much. But yes, I am using AI tools not for predictions. Please understand, 32 years of hard work has gone into it. I can't just let AI take my knowledge and I depend on that. I'm not lazy, first of all, and I'm not the one who doesn't know what it means, astrology. It's not that I'm just taking baby steps. So one must be very careful when they are using these kinds of words in the comment section, because it is definitely, that democracy is there. You can speak and say anything and write anything. It is not correct, because I am not depending on AI tools for predictions. No one should. Please. I just want to say this, okay? So for Virgo natives, sorry about this, I took a lot of time for you. Now the Virgo reading starts. Let me write again. So it's for Virgo now, starting the reading. So for Virgo natives, this transit of Mars is going to be in your third house. Now, third house transit is considered to be very good. It brings about power. It brings about, your courage to make decisions, travels, your connection with your siblings, etc. will definitely get better. You can maybe publish during this time. You can travel for purpose, and also some technical depth you will get. But at the same time, it is going to be 1 by 1 conjunct the 12th Lord, 1 by 1 conjunct the Lagnesh also, and it is going to be in the 3 nakshatras ruled by Jupiter, Saturn and Mercury as well. So choose one flagship message when it is in Vishakha, when in Anurādhā, edit ruthlessly, and also in Jyeṣṭhā, crisis communication, be factual. Do not fall prey to the energies which are pulling you to make wrong decisions. Take a break. Just take a pause before deciding about anything, because Mars here is very, very, I would say, impulsive. So you need to take, be careful about your words also. You can be very good at research, but not good at communication. Maybe, at times you might just lose your temper unnecessarily. It is good for certification course if you want to do, channelize your energy there, channelize your aggression there, rather than taking, making wrong decisions. It's also your 8th Lord, not to forget. From 8th, it is the 8th. So this is the time when you will be making some mistakes here and there. Not good for health also. You need to take care of your shoulder blades. You need to take care of your communication. This area you have to take care. So otherwise it is so there is a very powerful yoga also which is forming. So network power deals, and also it is good for your you're signing the agreement, PR visa, you want to sell your property, etc. So this is a good transit for that reason. Lagnesh is also going to be in your third house, so definitely very good time for exposure. For if you want to start your YouTube channel or something, you can use this time period for that as well. So I think this is a good transit for you guys. You should just go ahead with your association that you're waiting for, pitch that you're waiting for, or skill sprints that you're waiting for. So all this is going to definitely work. And also you can start a fitness regime, sports activity also during this time period. And Mars is looking at your 6th house also, so reconcile within your relationship in case you have anything to do with your legal battle. This might be the time that you have to make out of court settlement, reconciliation. Just offer. And also take care of your inflammation. There can be some blood related inflammations in the body. You need to work on that as well. Eat right. Digestive troubles can also happen. It is looking at your 9th house. It is looking at your 10th house also. So maybe it's the time when you will get the reward that you were waiting for, the award that you were waiting for. So your ideas will be accepted. So that way it is good. In case you were waiting for a job change, you will get a job also, or job change, or you will find a job if you were without a job, because this is the 6 places away from your 10th. Okay, so 6 places away from your 10th, so it's going to trigger a job also, so it's good. So any house which is 6 places away, or is second, or is 5th, or 7th, or it's 10th, so it is going to trigger something to do with your relationship, your finances, and your job also. Okay, from 10th we see the 10th, and from Saturn the 10th house is the 4th house, so it is going to activate. Maybe some relocation can also happen if you're waiting for. Coming to the next one, that is forming a second house. Okay, Libra. All right, so for Libra natives, this transit of Mars is going to be in your 2nd house. See, 2nd house transit is considered to be, outflow of money increases. So you need to plug those expenditures. Maybe, revenues, expenses might, swing, and, your package, your cash flows you have to work on, and, throat region, dental region, you need to take care. You have to eat hot foods, maybe don't have cold foods when you're having. So all these are going to be the key themes. And see, if you say imbalance of mind, you people need to balance things, because it's a sign of balance, and Sun is in your 1st house till the 16th of November. You need to strike a balance, between your work, between your relationship, and the ego battles, or the imbalance which is happening. So I would suggest that donate something of your own weight. If you can donate something like maybe some rice or pulses, anything of your own weight. So if you donate, it definitely will give you that it is like when we donate something, you're actually trying to balance the energies. You have taken from someone, you're giving it away, and where it goes you never know. It is spread out to the world, maybe that those rice that you give, maybe some fall on the floor, the ants will eat. So that is something which will quit your karma. That is why I always say donate rice, donate sugar, donate pulses, donate lentils, donate something where people can consume, people can eat. So you need to first remedies that, and secondly you can also worship goddess Lakshmi to help, and goddess Saraswati, so that she gives you that balance of mind. All right, so this is a good time for quick wins in revenues, because it is in Vishakha. Then it goes to the Anurādhā, so you need to budget plan everything. What is the month going to be like, and no risky loans, and also secure your passwords when it is in Jyeṣṭhā from the 19th November till the 6th of December, and it is going to be in Gandānta after that. So you need to just watch out. And also there is a very positive time period at the career front. Jupiter is there in the 10th house. You will get that credibility that you were waiting for, and anything to do with insurance, custody, these will also fall in place, and anything to do with reconciliation with your in your court of law, if you are having any kind of court case. So this might just bring about that. Also it is good for pricing, packaging, cash flow. And also your voice might just sharpen. You might just be very harsh with your own family members, and then regret. So just avoid all of that, I would suggest. And also, connect with your family, with your children. with your romantic partner, because Mars is looking at your 5th house also. So it can trigger a romance or ex-relationship also. It is looking at your 8th house. So take care of your loans, debts, and also, your stomach region, your eating wrong, because it's a reverse sign. Because your 2nd house becomes your 8th and your 8th house becomes your 2nd. So you need to eat very, very carefully. So that the digestive system doesn't go. And also, you must understand that 8th house has a Taurus sign. So when you get into the research, into the depth of anything, detail of anything, you will not be able to earn, because the sign of earning is Taurus. The sign of kosha, we say the accumulation of wealth, is gone to the 8th house. That means you can actually, whatever you are earning, you will earn through that kind of a job. You will be able to save if you get into the research work, or if you get into the detail of everything. Okay, so that's another part to look at it. There are so many other things that we have to see, but yes, there is a Dhana Yoga which is forming, with Sun also going to be transiting here after the 16th of November. So you're going to be getting better and better in finances also, and it is also looking at your 9th house. So some travels might take place, or you connecting with your dad or your father life figures, and connecting with that. So it is going to be good for your recovery of dues also, and budget planning also. So 28th November to 5th of December is a good time to collect if you have given some loans to someone. Okay, coming to the next one, that is Scorpio. So 1st house transit for you guys. So when we talk about the 1st house is the house of personal relaunch. It's your own sign where Mars is going to be. So personal relaunch, bold moves, fitness regime you can follow. There can be that you can turn into isolation. You can turn inwards also with the Scorpio sign. Don't isolate yourself, I would suggest, but it is good for your anything where you are managing your at the same time your secrecy is maintained, but at the same time you're in the limelight also. I hope you understood, because it's in the 1st house. Now there's a blend of this. In the natural zodiac, Mars rules the 1st house, and here it is not Aries sign, but it is Scorpio, the 8th house, which has gone to the 1st. So you have to blend the energy of Aries also here, because Aries is the initiator and Scorpio is the transformation also, which is internal. So externally you're showing that you are doing well. Maybe there are 2 faces that you're carrying here, but at the same time that zeal is there. You're launching again yourself, where you were in your recluse, now you're in the limelight, and at the same time you are going to be in your isolation zone as well. You need your private time, the me time. So this is going to give you that. So set a mission and then act, and also stamina, increase your stamina, work out. 4th house aspect. So this is good for fixing the crisis also, and purchase of property, vehicle, drive safely though, but it is going to be giving you some good energy levels. It is going to be in Vishakha, Anurādhā and Jyeṣṭhā, and so from the 1st to the 19th it's going to be in Anurādhā, because we are heading to the 1st already. So this is like, set the mission and follow the routines, build your stamina. This is definitely a very positive time period for you to be a fixer and not a fighter, because it is going to be in Jyeṣṭhā also. So Jyeṣṭhā is the big one, the elderly one. So you need to be in that zone rather than, getting into the warrior zone. No, I don't like this, I don't want this. So instead of that, be the one who is reconciling, helping in reconciliation. Be the fixer, don't be a breaker, or we can say don't be a fighter. And also home base, faith, learning, you can learn more. Also don't get into the overdriven mindset, because it's going to be in the Jyeṣṭhā nakshatra also towards the end of this transit. So 6th to the 8th of December, just be careful about your decision making. You might just be little aggressive during this time. Now here there is a there is a 10th lord conjunction in the first house also. So this is definitely a authority that you're going to be getting, that authority, or we can say Raja style authority, because it's the Raja Yoga also. In the Kendra, it is forming a Ruchaka Yoga. So it is good for coalition building. It is good for final calls. It is good for your luck. It is good for your leadership skills and quality. And also it is going to be giving you that authority at the workplace also. If you're waiting for any kind of job change or promotion or transfer, you are definitely heading to that. Anything to do with government related job or anything to do with government related paperwork, if you're waiting for, government is going to be approving that. See, you must understand that there is a beautiful Raja Yoga forming for you guys. Firstly, it is the Ruchaka Yoga, the Panchamahapurush Yoga. Second is it is going to be conjunct Sun. Then it is going to be conjunct Venus also, the 7th lord. So can you see how beautiful the horoscope is going to be? And if Mars and Moon also coming to the first house, it is again a very powerful yoga which is forming, Raja Yoga which is forming, or we can say it is not a Yoga Karaka Graha, but it is definitely very positive. And the trinal, Water-trine is also getting active, so go for some retreat if you want to travel, be in that isolation or doing some kind of yoga practice. So all that is going to be very positive for you. It will give you that peace that you're waiting and looking for, and it is going to give you that recovery also, strength also. And in first house, it gives headaches, so be careful about that. And also any kind of surgical process, if you have to go through, do it in Anurādhā Nakshtra, that will be better. Okay, and recite Hanuman Chalisa for sure. If you can't, then at least donate something in reds to the needy. Okay, coming to the next one, that is Sagittarius. So for Sagittarius natives, this transit is going to be in your 12th house, and 12th house is finishing something. So it is definitely giving you that time out, which is saying release, de-stress yourself. It is also outlet of finances, or maybe buying electronic gadgets, something like that. It is good to work behind the scenes rather than being in the limelight. And also it is good for your overseas connectivity. Maybe you'll be settling overseas dues, you're purchasing some property there, you're going to be closing the files that you have to or you're archiving the files. All that is also seen from the 12th house. That's a latest theme from the AI that we get, but it doesn't mean that I'm not going to put my brain into it. It is in the Scorpio sign. It is going to be conjunct. Now, there are so many other combinations which I will not tell you. Now, there are Nakshtra Transits also. There are conjunctions also. There are trinal connections also. How will the AI let you know everything like that? So, anyhow, I got that comment, so I was little, this thing about it, that no, you should not think that I am depending on the AI after 32 years of experience. I can't even think of predicting through the AI dependency on AI, no way. And if people are, so it's really, really painful and not nice to know. So anyhow, maybe the person who commented has had a very bad experience with someone, so that is why I really pity the people who have gotten trapped with those kinds of people who are depending on AI for predictions, and people are going for some readings and they are not doing it, the consultation. So maybe that person was having all of that. Anyways, this is a good time for working behind the scenes. Suppose you are preparing for a presentation. This is not the time to present. This is not the time to go for public launches. When it is in the first house, then you can launch. You can launch yourself. But right now you're working behind the scenes. You're working on yourself. Okay, I need to do this. Okay, but presenting right now is not a good idea. And it is also going to be the time to work quietly. Okay, archive and sunset. This is the time when you should actually just lie low. And don't be aggressive. Okay, this is also about bed pleasures. So it could be that you are aggressive in your bed pleasures. You're too agile. And also back end builds when it is Anurādhā. So you should use your energies to build, okay, behind the scenes again. And also just take care of your sleep. This can bring about some sleep related issues also with Mars being a malefic graha, and also leaks or passwords, they can be leaked. So you need to take care of your OTPs and passwords, and if you want to change, you can change them as well. Also Gandanta, be gentle with yourself between the 6th to the 8th of December. This is the time when you can have some kind of issues in your communication. You can maybe become very authoritative, and it can bring about challenges in your relationship. So that is something you need to fix and work on. Also, support from mentors, funding behind the scenes is also evident here, because Saturn is in your 4th house and Jupiter in your 8th. So maybe your bosses and seniors will also acknowledge your work. So don't expect things to happen quickly and swiftly. It is going to take some time, but it will definitely happen. And then we have Sun also going to be here. The 9th Lord is going to be in the 12th house. So the key themes would be about healing yourself. Maybe you are going to a retreat, you're going to go for a yogic yoga or rejuvenation. Some retreats are you rejuvenate yourself, and you're in the mauna, means you don't even talk, and cell phone etc. is definitely is going to be taken away from you. You're going to be in that isolation zone. This is also a very Mars in the Scorpio sign in the 12th house energy. So cleanups, maybe with real estate, with your own self, legacy undertones, all these will definitely be the key themes. Because this is also forming a connection with the Saturn in the Pisces sign. Saturn is going to be turning direct also. So this is also good for pilgrimage. Maybe you will be taking a pilgrimage. Okay, so anything of that sort is going to be there. Keep launches right now on hold. I would suggest, if somebody is in the hospital, just go and pay visit to that person. And also good time to connect with your siblings. Maybe the siblings are overseas and you have not connected from a long time, so you can connect with them as well. So this is what is the key theme of this Mars in the 12th house. And it is also looking at your 6th house, so take care of your digestion. Also take care of your legal battles. Don't start anything new. In case you're already in a legal battle, try to finish it off. Just either out of court settlement or anything, you just pay and finish it off, or don't stretch it. If you're starting something new, just avoid. Also in relationship, similar way, read the documents carefully, the clause which is there, which is not written or is written. So you need to read everything carefully and then sign the papers and documents. That's what I can suggest. And also especially in the Gandanta zone when this Mars is. So that's the time when you will be, completion or not completion, that kind of a phase. So maybe the finishing touches will be there and you're very anxious. It's like the backstage thing and you have to go on the stage. Like that energy will be there. Okay. Coming to the next one, that is Capricorn. So for Capricorn natives, this transit of Mars is going to be in your 11th house. See, 11th house is about networks. It's about gains. Secure your sponsors, membership, community drives, and also define your roles clearly. Because, there is a possibility of, because 8th Lord Sun will also be conjunct this Mars slowly and gradually. Mercury will also be here for some time. So it can bring about some confusion in your relationship with your friends, the circle that you move around in. So you need to really, define the roles very clearly. Okay, I want to do this. And, by selective networks, not too many people you are mixing with. Saturn is also in trine, Jupiter is also in trine, but this is definitely very positive for your revenue from communities. Also, maybe there is something like some innovation, some innovative work that you're going to be doing, and you're going to be starting something new also. And don't fuel frictions. Okay, there are people who are conspiring also. At times what happens, there is a lot of gossip which happens, there are groups at the place of work. So you need to be very careful, you're saying something and it is taken otherwise. And also you don't have to be party to the gossip. Don't fuel much, the office politics that is going on. So you need to be very watchful about your words and about what you, because Mars is looking at your second house where Rahu is also there. So it might just bring about that aggression that is, suppressed aggression. It might just be shown now. So you need to be really careful about your energies that you're going through, because it is a Scorpio sign. Scorpio is hidden, and once it is forming a connection with Rahu energy, so it might just aggravate things even more, and it can bring about that harshness in speech and finances. You might just make some wrong decisions about your investments and then regret. All of that you have to be careful about. And also, it is going to be giving you some kind of key roles also now with the Mars transiting through the Anurādhā nakshatra. This is a good transit. Handle group politics with grace when Mars is in Jyeṣṭhā. Jyeṣṭhā is a very matured nakshatra, remember. It's about Jyeṣṭhā Bhrata, as we say, the elder brother. So it is like an elder brother here. So also husband. So look up to those people who are going to be helping you. So who are going to be helping you, as in like you are going to be you are helping them, because you are the one who's the elderly one. So you have to avoid getting into the filth of the politics. So you need to help them come out of it. So that is what Mars here is, the community that you're mixing with. Mars is in the sign of Scorpio, and that is why Scorpio is a deep sign. That is why Jyeṣṭhā has been assigned this sign. Can you see? Although Jyeṣṭhā is ruled by Mercury, Mercury is his enemy, but at the same time it is its own zone after all. So when Mars is here, he needs to be tamed also, no? So who's going to tame? The one who is the elderly one. So that is why the one who's very matured, who's deep, who's researched on the topics, that is why Scorpio has got Jyeṣṭhā. So whenever you have anything where you feel or you sense that no, this is going to be bringing about negative impact, so avoid doing that, or help others, coming out of the politics, office politics and the filth that is taking place. Also, it is good for creativity alignment. This is a good time period to start any kind of new project, also anything to do with new launching something new. You've innovated something, and now that platform is ready and you're going to be launching. See, your 4th lord, your 11th lord is forming a connection with the 11th lord also. The 4th lord, 11th lord is forming a connection with the 8th lord. So it might just bring about some investments, but you have to go slow, be prudent, and then make decisions, because this is going to bring about transformative alliances, or maybe somebody who is already into the investments and all. So that kind of people also you're going to be connecting. And it is a good time period for campaign driven dhana, something where you are helping the community also. So that is something which is good for you. So if you are doing something wherein you are involved with some NGO, hospital or something, then you will be able to generate wealth, or you will be able to quit your karma, and you will be able to get that wealth that the dhan that you're waiting for. Okay, so you must actually understand that everything needs to be balanced in life, because everybody will have somewhere or the other Libra sign, no? So when there is a Libra sign in your 10th house, that means you have to balance your energies at the workplace. Don't have to lose mind, or don't be over practical, or don't be over emotional. Don't get involved in politics, because Libra is not that kind of a sign. And when Mars is there in the 11th house, that means that you have to reconcile and go with people. Have faith in others also. Trust others. Okay. So this is the time when you will be able to make decisions regards to your government related projects, or anything to do with your relationship also, because Jupiter is in your 7th house. So this is a good transit. And also Mars is looking at your 5th house also. So good for children, progeny. And 11th house transit is considered to be one of the best places for Mars. So it is good for that. And anything to do with reconciliation with your family members, or anything to do with court of law. If you have been entrapped in any kind of legal battle, so you'll be able to come out of it also. You are going to be very on the rising track, I would say, when it comes to the job and profiling and getting the projects done. So it is definitely a very positive time period. When 8th Lord Sun goes here, be careful about your talks with your bosses and seniors. Okay, don't get carried away and don't be pushy. They will listen to you. Also worship Hanumanji and Kartikeya. This is the time you should. Okay, and Narasimham also. Narasimha. Coming to the next one, that is Aquarius. For Aquarius natives, this Mars is forming a Ruchaka Yoga for you guys in the 10th house. Is Digbali also is going to be conjunct. So many yogas. Beautiful yogas, because it's in trine to Mercury sign also. So Mercury is conjunct, then 1 by 1 Venus, then 1 by 1 Sun. So can you see it is forming a beautiful, because the Yoga Venus is also going to be in this Kendra. Amazing time period. I would suggest that if you want to do anything, do it now, in case there is anything to do with your job, with your joining a new job, any kind of authority you want to ask for, career push. So this is a very beautiful time period. Anything to fix something at the workplace also. 10th house transit is one of the most potent transit for Mars, because he's Digbali also. But maintain ethics under pressure. Don't lose your mind. 8th Lord Mercury is also there, no? So you can go a little haywire in your thought process, in your investments, etc. You have to be a little careful. But otherwise, it is good if you can document everything, then you are good to go. Okay? And also be transparent with your bosses and seniors, regulators who are don't hide anything which is to be shared. Maybe there is something which is in favor of the firm, so share it with your bosses. Maybe it is required. There are certain things that you can be opaque about, but there are very important things which will give you that limelight if you are transparent about. And also it is going to be good for when it is transiting through the Vishakha Nakshatra, which is still the first, because it's the 11th house Nakshatra. So this is something where you will maybe make good chunk of money also, and also enforce standards when it is in the Anurādhā Nakshatra. Enforce standards. That's the time when you need it. Also crisis leadership, document everything when it is in the Jyeṣṭhā Nakshatra. Okay. So this is what, and also some kind of support that you were waiting for at the workplace, you will get it, or anything to do with decisive push regards to your projects, etc., or anything to complete, you will get that zeal and energy also to complete it. Mars is looking at your first house. Take care while driving. Take care of your surgical process if you can. Postpone it right now because Rahu is in the first house. But if you have to, I think you should do it and put an end. Purchase of property, etc., is also quite likely. Take care of your mom's health. And this is a very powerful Raja Yoga forming for you guys, because the Kendras are going to get active. And Saturn says save money, save money, save money, with the second house transit. And then we do have Sun's ingress also. Sun is the 7th Lord. Status visible, status is going to be visible. You're going to be in the limelight. Profitability, because Jupiter is looking here as well, not to forget. So second Lord is looking at the 10, so you might just get the pay package that you were waiting for. It's just that you have to take care of your savings. You might just be spending too much money on purchasing something which you really didn't plan. So that is something I can sense. So be careful about that. Also, there is a possibility of purchasing a vehicle also when Venus also transits here. So that's happening after the 6th November. So 26th November to 20th December, Venus is going to be in the 10th house also. So that's positive again. Your Bhagya Lord will be in the 10th house. So again, the Yoga Graha, when is going to be in the 9th house, 10th house, you are heading to extremely potent and favorable period for you any which ways. So making decisions regards to your purchases, regards to your documentation, regards to your ideas sharing, all that is going to trigger up. But remember, there are so many grahas which are negative, or we can say papa grahas in the kendra, so you need to take care of your health. So anything to do with your gut, anything to do with your speech, anything to do with your feet, you have to take care of. Feet as in like leg region, shin region, you can have some pains there, so you have to work out in moderation. Don't get carried away and do exercises, rigorous exercises. Do yoga, pranayam regularly. Okay, this is what will help you as well. Okay, coming to the next one, that is the last sign, Pisces. Alright, so for Pisces natives, this transit of Mars is going to be in your 9th house. 9th house is about travel, teaching, legal, visa, mentors, because it is also considered to be the house of mentor, guru, teacher, etc., or father-like figures. So this might just be also the time to align belief with action. Okay, not hype. And also file, appeal, defend with evidence at the court of law if you want to get into that. And also this is the time when you can be reconciliation is also possible with your family members, or especially the authoritative family members. Suppose it's father, of mother is also at times father, of the family. So someone who's at authority, you will reconcile, or you will meet, or you will talk or discuss. This is a good time for visa. Maybe you're going to be filing papers and PR visa, especially from the 1st to the 19th. This is a good window I'm giving you where it can be cleared up also. Avoid dogma and check facts when Mars is in Jyeṣṭhā from the 19th of November till the 6th of December. And then it's going to be in Gandānta. So from 6th to the 8th, you have to be careful again regards to your decision making for travels, etc. You have to plan everything really well. But this is definitely very positive for your success, because Saturn is also going to get direct, and Cancer, Jupiter will add confidence, for whatever you have to plan and do. Then we do have this is the time when 1st house, 10th house, 11th house, 12th house, all these are getting triggered up, and 1, 5, 9, 10, because this is also forming a connection with Sun, which is the 6th lord in the 9th house. So this is good for certification program, promotion, in case you have to go for any scholarship program, so you will get that through also. Service through teaching tone is also quite likely with this kind of a transit. But be practical. I would suggest don't fall prey to blindly trusting anyone. That suspicion at times helps. So maybe this is the time you might just find someone you have not checked the facts well and can deceive you. So that is something you have to be cautious about, because Ketu is also there in the 10 places away from Mars. So you need to be careful about that. This can bring about some change of job, profession in your father's life also. It's a very important one. Also, any kind of surgical process, if you have to go through, you can do it. Venus will also be transiting here. So there is a lot of energy in the trinal connection, which we call, is also happening. So the trinal lord is aspecting this Mars, so it is bringing about that strength to the horoscope also, because Jupiter is your 1st lord, 10th lord, looking at this Mars. So in case you have any kind of dharma karma weave that you were waiting for, scholarship, certification, promotion, change, transfer, joining a new job, all that is weaving now, and it is going to be the time to make decisions after the 1st of November, definitely. So once Saturn turns direct, you're good to go any which ways. But yeah, this will be a very iconic time period for you if you have to make any decisions. So I would suggest, if you have anything to do with your religious journeys, trips you want to take, You can plan if you have to go to the overseas places also, because Mars is looking at your overseas place and Rahu is already there. So you can go, but it will give some troubles here and there, because there are two malefics who are actually, triggering the 12th house energy. So anything to do with investors, anything to do with marriage, relationship with the foreign, someone in the foreign land. So this might be the time to be cautious about, because Rahu is there in the 12th house. So it might just bring about a foreign partner, but it can bring about some issues also there. So you need to plan everything well and be more, prudent about your decisions, and cleanups, are required. Sensitive negotiations are also required during this time. Okay. Any kind of settlements, mergers, etc. if you want to. So 28th November to 4th to 5th December is a good window for that. And also, if you want to make any decisions regards to purchase of property, etc. So that also you can make during the Anurādhā transit. Okay, that is from the 1st to the 19th. I hope everything is clear, and let me see if there is any question which is you will get relief, Aries. See, you must understand as regards to the layoffs. So this is happening because of Mars also. We must understand Mars is in the deep sign, and if you are a Gemini, so I am very hopeful with this transit also, because it is in the 6th house. You will get the job, and Saturn is getting direct also is going to help many. So don't worry about it. This was asked by Annapurna. Okay, Deepthi, but what do my Mars in Cancer and Scorpio? See, Cancer natives, you must understand that this is a Yogkara Graha which is transiting the 5th house. So it is positive for your work, for your relationship, for creativity, etc. Just hear the reading. It is definitely positive for you guys. Okay. Ma'am, should I take the room for chamber, or should I keep working behind the scene? Don't come into limelight. Rahu Dasha. Rahu is in Sagittarius. See, Rahu in Sagittarius doesn't say be in the isolation. Rahu in the Sagittarius says if you are in the foreign land, especially, or connect with the foreigners, or connect with the foreign MNC, etc. So don't be in the isolation zone, rather you should be in the limelight. Okay, so yeah, so this is what Sagittarius Sun, Virgo Moon. What does 3 degrees Sun mean? Sagittarius, okay, 1 second, last question. Sagittarius Sun, Virgo Moon. Okay, 3 degrees Sun mean what? Like it's in Ketu's nakshatra. So where is your Ketu? See, right now Saturn is looking at the Sun, so you can have some issues at the workplace or with the government related. Maybe if you're taking some exam or something, Liz Murray. So this might just be bringing about some issues at the workplace. It can be bringing about some troubles related to your one sec. Okay, Sun. So when Sun comes to, it's going to be your solar return after I think November. It is going to be in 16 December to 14 January. Your birthday must be around that time, 16 December to 14th Jan. So that will be a good period for you. But Saturn is looking here, so you have to be careful about your job and your work. You should be more disciplined. That's what I can say. Because it's a very limited information that I got. Anyways, thank you so much everyone for watching, and have a great transit of this Mars into the sign ruled by himself, that is Scorpio itself. Okay, thank you and stay blessed everyone. That's it.